Hello you guys, how are you all doing? I'm really well. I'm fine. Hope you guys are fine too. I still have my Morokus, still Diwali hangover, I guess. So in this video we're going to do another episode of Vedham and its meaning. Our last video, if you have watched, it's about the mantra namasivayave, and I was wondering that I would want to do cumulative or several hymns which relates to namasivayave mantra, so that we can relate ourselves and see how namasivayave has been spoken in the 12 Tirumurais. So I was thinking of that, and at the same time my very dear subscriber Sindhuja Jayaraman have also commented asking me to do a song called Kadhalagi, Kasinthu, kannir, malgi, which was by Thirunyanasambanthar, which also do talk about Namasivayave. So I thought, why not to look at that song. So today's video is going to be about Kadhalagi, Kasinthu. As usual, let's go to our singing session and then come back and look at the meanings. Bye. எப்பயும் போல நான் முன்னாடி பாடுறேன், பின்னாடி நீங்க பின்தொடர்ந்து பாடுவீங்க, சரிங்களா? திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். இந்த பாடல் ஆதி தாளத்துல அமையுது, இரண்டாவது லகுல தொடங்குது, சரிங்களா? Kadhalagi, Kasinthu, kannir, malgi, Kadhalagi, Kasinthu, kannir, malgi, Othuvar thamai, nannerikku uipathu, Othuvar thamai, nannerikku uipathu, Vedham nankinum, Meiporul Aavathu, Vedham nankinum, Meiporul Aavathu, Naathan Naamam, namasivayave, Naathan Naamam, namasivayave. So welcome back. That was how you're supposed to sing the song. Now let's, as usual, again we will look into the situation and the surrounding of that hymn or the song, and then we will look into the direct meanings of the phrases. So first of all, the song is sung by Thirunyanasambanthar, who is one of our exponent from Samaya Kuravers. You know, the little guy with the side bun, with a talam on his hand, 3 years old guy who got God's blessing, and he started singing Todudaya. You would have seen my video about Todudaya Seviyan song in my previous videos. Today the same person, he sang his first song was Todudaya, and his last song is today's Kaathalaagi, Kasinthu, kannir, malgi song. So let's look into it. So the situation is like this. The background of the song is he reaches around 16 years old, and his family decides to get him married. In those days, yes, people get married when they are 16. So they are asking him to get married to someone, and he feels that he not really agreeing to it. So he tells to the god that he begs the god, he pleads the god, asking for guidance, or he was telling god that he doesn't want to get married because this married life comes with a lot of responsibilities. As all of us know, if you're married, there's a lot of things to do, too many things to take care of, so you will not have time to be attached to God, because the responsibilities are heavy. You have to look after your wife, you have to provide them with financial backup, you have to do so many things, and how is he going to serve the God, serve people and all. So he was really not sure, and he was telling to God, telling his thoughts, and he was a bit worried. And then God says that that was a song, okay? Before this Kadhalagi, there was a padigam called Kallur Perumanam, okay? That song, Venda Kalumalam, it goes like that. Definitely in some other videos we will cover that as well. So he's asking to God, you know, saying all his problems, like what's his fear towards marriage and stuff. Then God says, no, Illaram is something. Illaram means the marriage life is a very important aspect in one's life, because marriage teach you how to truly love a person. You know, you go through the bads and goods and everything, and you still love the person a lot. The love grows during the days, you know, during our journey, through our journey towards the end, right? So he says that Illaram is very important. The marriage life is very important for us to experience life. And we all know, even when we looked at Namasivayave video, we all knew that we are in this world to experience, right? Experiences, good and bad, to understand that how there is this one dark bondage is sticking with us, and it just blocks from us getting enlightened to realize ourselves. And this bondage we can easily say as Arnavam or ego, right? So for us to realize this thing is happening, we have to go through a lot of good and bad experience. And this experience comes in various form, in efficient form, to say, when you are in a married life. You can kill your ego easily. If you look into any personal development videos for that matter, you can know that marriage life requires a lot of ego destruction, because if you are a very egotic person, you can never put up with another person, because that's gonna harm them. You can even be labeled as narcissist, right? These kind of things. So God says that marriage life is very important. Thus he accepts it, but he decides to attain the spiritual bliss on this day. So what happens is, the wedding goes on that day very finely. There's a lot of attendees. Definitely we can know that if someone is doing so much of miracle things happening, he probably would have been very much well known among the other cities and societies and stuff. So many of them attended this wedding, and end of this wedding there was a huge fire appeared, and Thirunyanasambanthar says that he's going into that fire to attain the spiritual bliss. You know, God is actually taking him to the moksha. So what happens is this, okay guys, the word moksha, I'm using it here, but moksha is pretty much different in context in different ideologies. So you have to look at moksha through Saivism, the eye of Saivism. So let's put that aside just for the story for time being. Everybody attains moksha. So he invites everybody to go into that fire, and he preaches Namasivayave into everyone's ear as Diksha, and he says that go and you can attain God, and everybody goes into the fire. So once he goes around the temple and sees everybody is done, everybody is gone, then he and his wife, holding his bride's hand, he goes into that fire. So in that particular situation, that's when he sings this hymn, today's hymn, which is Kadhalagi, Kasinthu, kannir, malgi. So this song is in Tirumurai, third Tirumurai, and the 40th padigam we call it, okay? That's the last padigam of his whatever he have delivered to our world, okay? His songs, his hymns, that's the last padigam of all of his hymns. So then he sings this song. This song is also called as Podu Padigam, which means that he usually, if you see Devaram is sung dedicated to probably they go to a temple, and that song will be keynoting that Lord in that temple. But Podu Padigam, usually they just naturally sing to God. They don't refer to any god in any names, particular names of any temple or anything like that. So Kadhalagi is that sort of a hymn. So let's look into the phrases. The gist of this song says that Naathan Naamam namasivayave, the great guide, the supreme being's name is Namasivaya, and this mantra Namasivaya could lead us to the right path to attain great bliss. The spiritual bliss. In Tamil we call it as the Perimbam. Alright, so that's the gist of this song. Now let's look at each and every phrases of that song. So the song starts as Kadhalagi, Kasinthu kannir malgi. Kadhalagi means with all love. The feeling love is very unique, you know, guys. If you ever been in love, or if you have been married, it's fine if it's arranged marriage. I still can pull off an example for you. Try to remember back the days after marriage, guys. I have no hope. Let's think before marriage, okay? So those days where you were doing the countdown towards your marriage date, think about it. You would dream about her, you would dream about him. This guy and this woman would never get out of your mind. They will be constantly there. Even when you're crying, you'll be thinking of that person. You go out, look at two couples on the road, you'll be like smiling and your face will be like glowing as nobody, because you are just thinking of that person. And if say randomly you ask somebody's birthday and they say the same birthday as your spouse or the person, your fiance or something, and then you just start smiling, you're growing blush, or somebody is saying like, hey, you know, you're looking really good or something. Or if somebody asks how is your fiance, and then you start just blooming like that, because that much constantly we are thinking about that person. You just, not even a micro millisecond you are like not thinking about that person. That is the love that we're talking about, that we are talking about here. So in this hymn, they say Kadhalagi, we have to love God as such, in such way. So are there anybody have done that before? Yes, definitely. We can see that Manikavasagar says in his hymn, Meiporul Aavathu, even, you know, the blinking time, even in that time, I have not forgotten him. He's always there. And then some other exponent says that nannerikku sollum na namasivayave, even I've forgotten him at all, my tongue would just keep telling his name. You know, that person is, they have, this one person has such an impact in you, like they are in every cell of your body sort of situation, you know. So here Thirunyanasambanthar says we have to love God like that. And then the next phrase says Kasinthu kannir malgi, you cry and you just feel so touched when you think about this person. When that will happen is, if you think about it, it will happen when you have gone through hardship, you have gone through happiness, you know how much this person has sacrificed for you, sacrificed for you. You know, they have doing like overwhelming goodness to you. Then we feel like we just can't think of that person, how much they have done for us, right? That much of thing we have to feel so towards God. If we have to feel like that, all we have to do is think about God, what He have done for us. God have created such a beautiful world for us. God is handpicking experience for us in order to get rid of this anava, the bondage from us, for us to get out of this darkness, the most egoic thing, you know, anavam. Yeah, to get rid of it, God is handpicking experience. He's doing so many things, but He's not benefiting from it. If we get enlightened, what's His profit? None. It's zero. Nothing. He's just the great, most happiest thing. Like it's just in existence. He don't need any favor from you or anything, but just because He is full of love with His grace, He's doing so many things for us, right? So when we think about it, definitely we will feel so Kasinthu kannir malgi will happen. And if you look at I could even give you an example. At some other hymn, Manikavasagar also says in another hymn, Mukti neri ariyada murkarodu muyalvene bhakti neri arivithu. You know, I don't even know what is the proper way to attain God, or what is the proper way to just attain bliss. You know, this world is really, really sad and gives you so much of bad things, dislikes, and all really bad things, but still we have no proper idea of what to do to get constant happiness, everlasting happiness, right? But God shows you that. Bhakti neri arivitu, you know. Manikasa says that, and in another instance he says that Tandadu un tannai kondadu en tannai. You have given me you. You know what means you? The great everlasting happiness. You are giving it to me. And all you get back is me. Me is what I could even say worthless, because I have nothing to offer you, because I am much smaller in knowledge, much smaller in power. I could never give you anything because you are perfect and I'm not. But you took me, and you know, in return what I get? Andamila anandam petren. I got the everlasting happiness. Yadini petradondru. What did you get from me? Like nothing. So Marikosga says, think about it. Then you feel Kasinthu kannir malgi. The God has given you so much. Guys, imagine if ever you had no skin over your mouth. What would have happened? Be thankful for what you, even for now, at this right minute, you can think your life is going into disaster. But just take a paper and write down what all has gone good in your life, including having good toenail, not having a twisted toenail, which is going to cause you a lot of pain. Just minute things, you know. Think about it and you will practically know how much God have helped us. So think of situations that could have been so ugly, but you thought you can take breakups. You might think like, oh my god, I'm going through breakup and I'm just literally gonna die in that situation. But after that, you probably could have met somebody so wonderful. So you thought, initially we thought that the situation is going very bad, but God have done good to you. Try to list down these things in your life which had happened and changed your life for like in a second, and think about it. Who did that? Who gave you that? It's God. When you think about it, Kasinthu kannir malgi will totally happen. And the next phrase says Othuvar thamai. You know, if you can love God and think about what greatness He have done for you, and if you Othuvar, if you read about Him and stuff, and you chant namasivayave all the way, you know, and then that's one part. Then he says Vedham Meiporul Aavathu. There's 4 Vedas in Saivism. That is Aram, Porul, Inbam, Veedu, Peru. That's a totally new different. We should do a separate video for it because our video is going really long. So I will talk about it in some other video. But for now, even these 4 Aram Vedams which are talked in Saivism, the gist of it is also Namasivaya, he says. So if you understand all these and if you keep chanting Namasivaya, Namasivaya will act to bring you back every single time when you go in different direction. It will redirect you even more persistent, even more very much consistent than GPS. It will direct you to the correct way. Nannerikku uipathu Naathan Naamam Namasivayave will guide you to the very, very proper way to attain the great spiritual bliss, everlasting happiness, understanding God, understanding us, understanding what's happening around us and everything. So Namasivaya is that crucial. Nyanasambanthar also have said this. Many other people have spoken about this. Definitely I will share it in some other videos. That's all for today's video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Meiporul Aavathu inbame ennalum tunbamillai, guys. Happiness is the only thing. There's never sadness gonna hold on to us. We have to believe it. That's all. Bye bye. Have a great day, guys.